everyone, and welcome to Whiskey Wednesday again. We're still in the whiskey jar and we're still reviewing everything we can and everything you can see in the shot just behind me there. It's going to be a week late, but we are reviewing an Irish whiskey today. I know St. Paddy's Day was on Friday the 17th, but like me, I forgot to plan ahead. So today we're talking about Jameson's Crested. Now, a lot of you will be familiar with the older version of this bottle. It was kind of green with the classic cream Jameson's label on it. Currently, Jameson's are undergoing a little bit of a product redesign, or they have redesigned it, and you can see this from here. So the only reference to the fact that it is the Crested 10 is it says Crested along the front of it, and you've got this X running down the back of the label. Very subtle, but very nice. Essentially what this whiskey is it's standard Jameson's, but instead of being sort of like 60% malt and 40% grain, they've upped it to 80% pot still, or Irish single malt that's still triple distilled, 20% grain, and a good portion of that's been matured in sherry casks. So it's a little bit more premium, it's a little bit more soft, and it's just an easier drink altogether, if you can get easier than standard Jameson's. Just as a little backstory, the word Crested actually comes from prior to Prohibition and even longer before that. Jameson's were established in 1780, so they're one of the oldest whiskey manufacturers on the planet, certainly in Western Europe anyway. And they were the biggest distributors of whiskey in general. Even during Prohibition, when it was illegal, they were selling off whiskey as much as they can. But second market blenders and other people were looking to use their name to sell a diluted product, something that wasn't as good. So Jameson stopped that, they pulled all their casks back, they stopped selling on. And the first ever whiskey they released from their Bow Street distillery in Dublin, which is where the Jameson's Museum is now, was called the Crested. So it's a nice little ode to that old style. But we'll crack on with what the whiskey is and what it smells like and what it tastes like. It's a classic Irish whiskey. So you're talking that kind of lime, caramel, lemon, vanilla, all this kind of lovely, soft, palatable, summery flavors. You do smell the grain. There is that slight, I don't want to say plasticky, but it is that slight plasticky note just from the way it's distilled in those column stills. You do get that, but it's not offensive. It's a manageable thing that you can just get over. But yeah, it's fresh and it's zesty, so super easy going. Let's have a taste. Again, what you expect. With it being that slightly higher proportion of single pot still whiskey, the mouthfeel is just silky. It's really, really easy going. There's a little bit of flecks of spice coming in from here, there, and everywhere. And you can kind of taste the differences in the spice. You get that kind of grainy spice, which is that kind of bourbon style vanilla and allspice thing towards the back of your throat. The sherry cask brings in a little bit of kind of chocolate, but not dark chocolate, it's more like a kind of granulated white chocolate. You can kind of feel all the little sugar crystals in it. And then just a really warming, easygoing finish. Probably one of my favorite Irish whiskies. It's really affordable too. I picked that up for about 20, 25 quid. So it's super easygoing, it's not gonna blow the bank. We'll give it one more taste and we'll give it a score. It's just lovely. You can't really get over how easy it is to drink. You open that bottle, put it between a couple of good friends on a table, and it will be gone within the night. As a result of price, as a result of flavour, you can't really go wrong with it. It's a solid 8. A lot of people are going to be kind of frowning at me, how can it be 8? It's an Irish whiskey, etc, etc. But there's some amazing Irish whiskey out there. It's affordable, it tastes awesome, and that's really all you want from a bottle of whiskey. You don't want it to break the bank, and you don't want to be like kind of blown away that you can only have one glass of it. You want to drink a decent amount of it to understand what the bottle and the flavour is. So yeah, Jameson's Crested, solid 8 out of 10, and we will see you all again next week. Thank you.